Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Minnesota.
It appears spring and summer have arrived in downtown Minneapolis on the same weekend as Twins fans are celebrating that news as they head into Target Field to watch their team take on Texas. The Rangers enter the afternoon tied with Boston for the best record in Major League Baseball at 16-7. It's the third best start in Rangers history. Texas will try to improve on that number today as they send Derek Holland to the mound, who has had success against the Twins, but not as much here in Minnesota. For the Twins, Pedro Hernandez gets his second start of the season, his first since April 7th, and the Twins are hoping he can settle into a role as the team's fifth starter. Well, we have been impressed with the Texas Rangers for the opening two games of this series, the power at the plate and their pitching, the lowest ERA in baseball, and we've witnessed the last two games a pair of 24-year-old arms that have certainly shown us why, Tim.
Yeah, the Minnesota Twins have not been swinging the bat as well as they would like, and you could probably blame a little bit of that on the two Texas starters. Thursday night, Nick Tepesch had his way with the Twins hitters. He had a nasty cutter going. The Minnesota Twins hitters had a very difficult time trying to figure that one out. And last night, Justin Grimm followed that up with a very, very good start against these Minnesota Twins hitters. So the lineup's going to get mixed up a little bit today. Hopefully they can come on track a little bit against Derek Holland. But let's give credit where credit is due. Texas Rangers pitchers have been awfully good.
No question about it. Up next, Dick and Bert discuss the Twins' solid situation at shortstop and Minnesota's new look lineup. It's Game 3, the Twins in Texas, next, right here on Fox Sports North.
Sports North is presented by Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
Only in Minnesota could you see a snow pile with people in shorts and tank tops behind it. It looks like spring and summer have arrived here in the Twin Cities. And the Twins are taking on the Texas Rangers in Game 3. Pedro Florimon will be their shortstop. He's done a nice job, particularly after the weather has warmed up. Joe Mauer will play his first game this year at first base. And one of the surprise hitters for the Twins this year, Eduardo Escobar, in the lineup at third base today, making his first start. Dick Raymer, Burt Blyleven with you here at Target Field. Twins losing a couple of tough one-run ball games. By the way, Kenny Chesney performing here later this summer. Until then, you're left with this country western image of Burt Blyleven in a cowboy hat, the giveaway here today.
Sorry about that.
But the Twins have gotten pretty good play from a couple of different players up the middle, with Escobar and Florimon pretty much splitting the duty at short.
You know, this is only the 20th game for the Minnesota Twins. Gardy trying to get everybody in that lineup as much as he can. And Escobar has done a great job, whether he's playing second base, short, or sometimes in the outfield, swinging a hot bat. Of course, Florimon at short, Dozier at second. Gardy what he's trying to do is get that combination like the Rangers have, that consistency up the middle. But there are some guys swinging a pretty good bat, and they're in the lineup today.
The Twins have held the Rangers to 6 runs over 2 games. They've pitched okay. The defense has been a big part of that. We'll see what happens in Game 3 when we come back.
Been cut for that day and for that morning.
Pine tar, grass, I mean, there's no better smells.
Pine tar, you know, on the bat.
Brand new glove, the leather of the brand new glove.
The smell of my glove. Put my glove over my face and smell my glove, and it just kind of takes me back to when I was little.
The smells of baseball. I love the pine tar on my right hand when I pitch.
No, not Justin said on the bat.
Oh, on the bat.
Pine tar on the bat. Oh. Pitchers aren't supposed to take that out to the mound with them.
No, they're not.
Well, someone expressed to me that we deserve this. I don't know that, but we've endured some very cold, wintry weather all over baseball this year. We've got a perfect.
The players deserve this. They have been very cold.
And just perfect summertime weather here in a beautiful ballpark. And the Twins taking the field, hoping to put an end to a little 3-game losing streak here. It's been a streaky year for the Twins with a 5-game losing streak, a 5-game winning streak, and now 3 losses in a row. And Ron Washington has seen his team emerge again as the favorite within the American League West. And the Menards batting order for
Game 3 of this 4-game series. Ian Kinsler, followed by Craig Gentry, Adrian Beltre, Nelson Cruz, A.J. Pierzynski, Jeff Baker, David Murphy, Mitch Moreland, and Leury Garcia.
And it'll be left-handed pitcher Pedro Hernandez on the mound, making just his second start, his 4th appearance of the year, his first career start against the Texas Rangers. Looking for his first major league win. A lot of firsts here. Hopefully he can accomplish some of those. So far, 10 1/3 innings. Only 1 start so far. That came in early April, April 7th in Baltimore. He replaced Cole DeVries in the starting rotation.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Josh Willingham in left, Aaron Hicks in center, Wilkin Ramirez in right field. Eduardo Escobar at third for Trevor Plouffe, Florimon and Dozier up the middle, Mauer at first for Morneau, and Ryan Doumit getting a chance to catch. Alfonso Marquez gets the plate, Mike DeMiro at first, Dan Bellino at second, Ted Barrett at third.
Well, Hernandez made a couple relief appearances, one here against the Mets and then about 5 days ago against the Miami Marlins. But in his last start, that coming April 7th at Baltimore, 5 innings. He gave up 3 runs, 1 home run. Other than that, he pitched very well. He kept the club in the game. The Twins ended up winning that ball game 4-3 in Baltimore through 83 pitches. And a young guy that Rick Anderson, I think, Ron Gardenhire, hoping that he can be consistent. And they'd like to have another lefty in that starting rotation along with Scott Diamond.
See if they can get Hernandez to pitch a couple of scoreless innings and let the Twins take a lead in this series, an early lead. The Rangers have scored early in each of the first 2 games and scored just enough to pick up a couple of 1-run wins. Kinsler, Gentry, and Beltre to get things started.
Yeah, Twins have allowed 23 first-inning runs so far this year. This is their 20th game. That's the second most in baseball, behind the Houston Astros in the first inning. So, yes, Dick, you want to put a 0 on the board if they can.
First pitch outside, ball 1 to Kinsler. And now a strike.
Hernandez not an overpowering pitcher. He relies on changing speeds, almost like Scott Diamond, mixing a slider, slow curveball, very good changeup. It all keys off his fastball.
Popped up short center field. Ball actually carrying out to medium deep center field, 1 down. And Ron Gardenhire commented on Pedro Hernandez's second start of the year today.
Hopefully he's up to the task here of taking a start. He's been stretched out, but he hasn't, gone, very far in a while here. So we'll see how he does and watch him, closely as he's going through this ball game. And after we get up there past 5 innings, we'll be really careful with him because he hasn't been extended out over probably 10 days or so.
Gentry, the batter. Strike 1. Twins had 4 straight 3-game series impacted by postponement from the weather. Fouled away. Starting with the Angels series, the final game of that, or starting with the Mets series, I should say. The final game of that series postponed due to snow. They'll make it up on August 19th. Then the Angels series here, the final game was postponed. They haven't picked a makeup date yet for that. First game in Chicago was postponed because of weather. Fouled away. And then the Miami series was condensed into a split doubleheader because of a postponement in the opener. So all that said, you can understand why for Pedro Hernandez it's been hard to get any kind of a rhythm, because just when it looks like he might have a turn in the rotation coming up, a postponement would come up.
Yeah, he's been in the bullpen, kind of, able to work a little bit extra out of that bullpen when he's not needed. But there's nothing better than that mound he's on right now, the A mound. Hernandez only 24 years old, from Venezuela. He came over in the Francisco Liriano trade last year, along with his third baseman today in Escobar.
Busted bat and a little roller, and Dozier has to barehand it. Can't do it. You can't break a bat any more thoroughly than Hernandez broke Gentry's bat, and it'll be an infield hit.
Well, Gentry very quick down that line, too, but you can see the grass kind of held this up. If Hernandez, who falls off at third base a little bit, if he couldn't get this, Dozier, even though he was able to barehanded, couldn't get the good handle on that baseball, but Gentry would have beat it out anyway.
Adrian Beltre, the batter, the Texas designated hitter. A solo home run to center field last night. The 350th home run of his major league career. Ball one.
Well, off of Scott Diamond, he got a little bit of a breaking ball, and boy, did he take a swing. Straight away center. That home run coming in the 6th inning. Scott Diamond's ended up going 6 1/3 innings and kept the club in the game.
To right field. And Ramirez in his tracks makes the catch. You know, that we talked about it in the pregame show. You approach the Texas Rangers series and their lineup and you say, all right, we'll give up 6 runs over 2 games. You would take that.
Yep.
I mean, this lineup is capable of doing a lot of damage.
A lot of extra base hits last night for the Rangers. They had 13 hits, but 6 doubles and 1 home run.
2 down. Here's Nelson Cruz.
Cruz had one of those doubles, an RBI double in the 2-run first inning off of Scott Diamond last night. Gentry, keep an eye on him. 4 stolen bases in 4 attempts. Rangers, there's a couple guys in their lineup that like to run. They have 11 stolen bases as a ball club in 14 attempts. Gentry with a very good lead off of first.
Missing the inside corner. RBIs in the first 2 games of this series and 6 straight coming into play today. Hitting in the cleanup spot today for Ron Washington. And a strike.
Nelson Cruz, 32 years old, from the Dominican Republic, originally signed by the Mets back in 1998. Came to the big leagues with the Brewers in his 8th season with the Texas Rangers.
All the Ranger batters getting their first look at Hernandez. Got him picked off. Lauer's throw in time to get him. So Hernandez picks off the runner Gentry and pitches a clean first inning. Ron Gardenhire hoping his team can get back to the 500 mark with a win here this afternoon. His Menards batting order has Brian Dozier in the leadoff spot. Joe Mauer batting second, but at first base today. Josh Willingham, Ryan Doman, Wilkin Ramirez, Oswaldo Arcia, Aaron Hicks, Eduardo Escobar, and Pedro Florimon.
And on the mound this afternoon, a left-handed pitcher, Derek Holland, making his 5th start of the year. This is his 8th career start against the Twins. He's 2-2, 4.5 ERA, but he has not enjoyed pitching here at Target Field. In 3 starts, he's 0-2 with a 6.75 ERA.
Strike one to Dozier. He'll be followed by Mauer and Willingham.
Holland has had 3 very good starts. His poor start was his last outing.
Had some control issues. Too many walks, and some of them came back to bite him.
Yeah, that in Anaheim. Ended up giving up 6 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings.
It's to right center field, but Gentry is there for the catch, 1 away. Northland 4 defense for the Rangers. Speedy Murphy in left, Speedy Gentry in center, Cruz in right. Jeff Baker at third, Garcia, Kinsler up the middle, Moreland at first again, and A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate.
Yeah, first season, all season long, we have not seen Justin Morneau in the lineup. He's taking the day off at first base right now. Joe Mauer at first base, his first start there this year. He's been there before. 30 times last year he started at first. 47th time overall in his career as a first baseman starting a game.
Rangers have done a good job pitching to Mauer in this series. He is hitless. Has hit a couple of balls soundly.
Holland, good fastball, hard slider, and a changeup.
1-1.
His fastball right there at 94. Yeah, Holland, that's what Derek Holland talked about his last start. It wasn't giving up the 6 runs. It was the 4 walks that really upset him.
Bounce to the right side. Nice head-high hop from Moreland. 2 down.
I think one thing we have seen is the starting staff of the Texas Rangers. They don't take a lot of time between pitches. They get on that mound and throw. Last 2 days, the starters have been pitching very well, very aggressive. Good defense behind Holland.
Moreland escorting Holland back to the mound, making sure he didn't overexert himself. A pitcher, you never know.
Give him a breather, yeah.
Give never know about those guys.
Yeah, they are the best athletes, but they run out of gas very quickly. You can see best ERA, team ERA combined is the Texas Rangers at 2.77. Tepish here on a couple nights ago, and then last night Grimm. Both pitched very well.
1-0 to Willingham, and a swing and a miss. Willingham leading the team with 3 home runs. He's also second on the team in doubles with 5, but so many of his doubles have been absolute smashes that have topspin instead of backspin. Lifted foul out of play, 1 and 2.
He's got that Harmon Killebrew type of swing. You know, when he makes contact, he creates a lot of topspin. Even his home run he hit here the other night had that. It was a line drive home run right over that 339 area in left field.
Check swing. I think he went. Strike 3. That ends the inning. Holland has a 1-2-3 first.
Welcome back. Well, Ron Gartenhire is a big fan of mixing up the lineup and giving guys off a day off here and there. We're seeing that today with Justin Morneau, but you won't see that with Joe Mauer too often at home, and that's intentional. Gardy says our fans travel to see Joe Mauer play, so if I'm going to give him a break, it'll be on the road, not here. As for Joe at first base, Gardy is not worried at all. He came out here early today to take some ground balls and get some practice there, and Gardy says he'll be just fine.
Well, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie.
No score here after an inning, and now Nelson Cruz, who was at the plate when Gentry was picked off, will start the at-bat anew. Ball one. It'll be Cruz, Pierzynski, and Baker. Texas second. Missing the inside corner again. It's 2-0. To right center, down for a hit. Hicks gets the second hop, spins and fires. Cruz trying anyway. The throw is in time. They got him. Fourth game in a row where a Twin outfielder has picked up an assist.
Well, Cruz, as he rounded first base, he saw that Hicks had to go to his left to get it, and it took a perfect throw. Exactly what Hicks did. Bell behind an account, came in with a fastball. Hernandez did. Cruz lines it into right center. Hicks cuts it off, spins, and makes a one-hop throw to Florimon as he tags out Cruz. Very nicely done.
Down and away, ball one.
See Florimon tagging Cruz before he can get a hand on the bag.
1-0 to Pierzynski. Foul back, 1-1.
Cruz credited with a single and then being thrown out 8-6.
Hicks got an assist last night when he hit the cutoff man Florimon, who made the long throw to get a runner at the plate. 1-1. This one popped up. Bauer chasing it. Goes back in the seats. Last night Hicks played the carom off the wall. Hit the cutoff man and Florimon did the rest.
Yeah, a couple runners thrown out at home in last night's ball game. There's the second one, and then the turn of a double play.
And Pierzynski lunges after it. Pierzynski, former battery mate of Pedro Hernandez, and he goes down on strikes for out number 2.
Yeah, Hernandez picking up his first strikeout. That slider down for the second out.
So 2 down, and Baker, the batter. Baker, utility player for the Rangers, getting to start at third base with Beltre sliding over into the DH spot. Ball one. And a strike. Looking at Hernandez, he's trying to pitch with a kind of an up-tempo rhythm, straying from the pitching rubber between pitches. 1-1.
Good fastball there at 91. Baker in his first season with the Rangers last year started the season with the Cubs, then went to the Tigers, then ended it with the Braves. In his 9th season at the major league level, most of that time spent with the Colorado Rockies.
Just off the corner, and Hernandez thought he hit the corner.
Alfonso Marquez, a home plate umpire, here this afternoon. Ball not missing by much. Wow. Good pitch.
Foul back.
Baker signing as a free agent over the winter with the Rangers out of Clemson University when he signed with the Rockies back in 2002. Matthew LeCroy's old stomping ground.
Watch out, a rocket to right center field. And Baker has a hit with 2 away. Third hit for the Rangers. 2 sharp hits here in the second, and the shattered bat infield single in the first.
Yeah, ball left up right there. That's why sometimes you need that pitch to be called. 2 extra pitches right here, and then some if that strike 3 call is not made.
David Murphy will bat with 2 gone. Rangers last night made life very difficult for Scott Diamond in the early innings. Bunching hits, principally doubles, to score early. Breaking pitch off the plate, ball 1. High 2-0. Murphy last year got the same chance the Rangers are giving Moreland this year, a chance to play on an everyday basis against righties and lefties. And Murphy in the past had problems with lefties, but he put together a good year last year against lefties.
Yeah, he did. They hit overall. They hit .304 in 147 ball games. Hit 15 home runs. Originally came up with the Boston Red Sox, but came over in the Eric Gagne trade back in 2007. Pretty good pickup.
Yeah, see, you can be forgiven for stumbling on the pronunciation when you had a shortstop spelled the same name, Gagne. 2-1. And now 3-1 with Moreland on deck. Moreland had a couple of good at bats, a couple of doubles against Scott Diamond last night. This will be the 30th pitch for Pedro Hernandez. Looking for his first major league win this afternoon. Foul back, 3-2.
Hernandez just turning 24 years old on April 12th. Just his 3rd major league start.
Runner goes and the pitch poked foul. Full count again to David Murphy. And swinging strikeout to end the inning. 2 strikeouts for Hernandez and a pair of scoreless innings. It's a giveaway today. The chocolate brown cowboy hat. The sponsor of the Wii Fest. Up and in to Doma. 1 strike. Or of 1 ball, rather. Now, you wore your cowboy hat to give away today during the Open. I've got one back there.
Very nice.
I just chose not to. I've got a couple of cowboy hats at home that I'm reluctant to wear simply because it's been a long time since I've been on a horse.
It's a nice giveaway by the Twins.
Very nice. See him outside of the game year round. Here's a pop-up near the mound. Baker with the catch, 1 away. Different lineup for the Twins, and the manager asked about it before the game today.
Want everybody to stay sharp. Escobar's been swinging really good, so you get him in the lineup, and you know, you keep Arcia's bat in there. And I've been talking to Joe about playing some first base, so you just stick him over there and let him go out. He's been taking a few ground balls and give Morney a little bit of break. And like I said, the big thing here is put a lineup out that we think can win a ball game, which we've done that, and also use everybody.
Wilkin Ramirez getting a start today in right field. He takes ball 1. That one called a strike.
Yeah, change up right there.
Line foul. Oh my. And we trust everyone is okay. A wicked one right over the roof of the Twins dugout. Yikes. One and 2 to Wilkin Ramirez. And a couple of pinch hits for the Twins. Now a drive down the right field line, but he cracked his bat. The math is simple. That's the way we like it. Win and in. Tonight, following Twins baseball, the Minnesota Wild look to clinch the playoff spot in the final game of the season. They battle the Colorado Avalanche. Coverage begins 6:30. Immediately following Twins baseball right here on Fox Sports North.
Yeah, I want to see them. Well, they've had a good year. They don't want to end it on a loss. So go Wild. Get into postseason.
1 and 2 to Ramirez. And a breaking pitch. A swing and a miss. 5 up and 5 down so far.
And a second strikeout for Holland.
You can be a part of our broadcast. Vote for who you think is the Arby's value player of the game. Just text value, a space, and the player's last name to 234-234. Let us know who you think had the most value in today's game, and we'll tell you the winner in our postgame show. Arcia made it a 1-run ball game last night in the 9th inning. A rocket into the seats in right field with 2 men aboard off Joe Nathan. Swing and a miss. 4 hits, 2 home runs, both of them with 2 men aboard. So already 6 runs batted in. 1-1.
Yeah, 7 games, 2 home runs. A nasty slider right there by Holland. Holland making his 5th start, his 95th career start for the Texas Rangers. Has 40 major league wins, 30 losses, and 2-2 lifetime against the Twins.
Arcia is going to turn 22 years of age in a couple of weeks. 2-2.
Good take right there after swinging at that last slider down and away. Holland tried it again, but Arcia did not go after it.
Got a piece. See Arcia with his first hit and his first home run and another one last night.
Well, he's one that Gardy said, you know, he wants to keep him in the lineup as long as he continues swinging a good bat. Driven in 6 runs with 2 good swings just like that.
rolled to third, picked up by Baker. And another 1-2-3 inning for Derek Holland. We're scoreless heading into the third. First in only 4 ball games, and this is game number 20 on the season. Haven't had a base runner yet against Derek Holland. Pedro Hernandez has done a nice job so far. You can get into the game on Fox Sports North and talk baseball. Ask a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Josh in Minneapolis wondering how important is the chemistry between a shortstop and a second baseman in team defense.
Very important. You know, they work out together starting in spring training, get to know each other, and you know, it goes all the way through the season. And of course, the longer you work together, the more tendency you know of what the other guy's tendency is. Where does he like to throw? You know, does he like it chest high? Does he like it certain areas? So much communication between a shortstop and a second baseman.
Here's Mitch Moreland to start the third.
So the chemistry, very important. Thank you for the question.
We've talked over the years about a pitcher's tempo on the mound. The bouncer right side, easy play for Dozier. 1 away. And how important it is to improve his team's defense for the pitcher to be on the mound ready to deliver the next pitch. But if you take it to the extreme, like say a Mark Burley, the tempo and the rapid pace in which Burley pitches, that's almost as important as the stuff he brings to the mound. It's part of his game. Now Hernandez doesn't work that fast, but you can use it to enhance your stuff if you're always around the plate and you throw it with some pace. It seems, anyway.
I remember when Jim Cott left the Minnesota Twins, went to the Chicago White Sox and had that speed-up delivery, even quicker than Burley. As soon as that hitter stepped in the box, that ball was already home. He's got 4 pitches in this at-bat already. And he won 20 games 2 years in a row.
And it wasn't because his stuff was any better. It was just became part of his game.
Well, you had hitters stepping out and waiting, and soon as, you know, that hitter would, you know, put his hand up and then step in, here comes the ball.
Right. Garcia with a sharp single to left. First time through the order. 4 singles for the Rangers. They've had 2 runners rubbed out on the bases. And here's Kinsler. Hit a fly ball to Hicks to start the ball game.
Anytime you can get into that hitter's mind, and I remember, you know, we faced Jim Cott when he was with the White Sox, and the hitters would come back and say, you know, I don't like this guy. I don't like facing this guy. Well, there's that thought going into that hitter's mind going up there. They're already, they don't want to be there. It worked. It worked for Kitty.
never know, of course, but if Mark Burley was a conventional pitcher in terms of the time he took between pitches, he might have been out of the game 7-8 years ago.
Well, you know, Burley, he has almost like Jim Cott stuff at that time, not overpowering, but, you know, hit his spots.
Foul to the backstop on a bunt attempt.
Yeah, you know, Kinsler right there, he's got tremendous power, but he did notice that Escobar was playing a pretty deep third base, so he went ahead and tried to lay down that bunt down the third baseline and popped it straight up foul. Kinsler in his 8th season with the Rangers.
One strike to Kinsler. Hernandez with a pickoff in the first inning. He got Gentry leaving early. A lot of runners will do that with their base stealing type with a left-hander on the mound. Sometimes they'll just take off on first movement.
Yeah, Garcia at first base. This is his first season with the Rangers at the major league level, but in the minor leagues, tremendous. He's got 143 minor league saves or steals, excuse me. So the Twins are aware of that. A couple throwovers.
Twins have turned just about one ground ball double play per game. 17 turned in 19 games. Today, in 9 at bats, Hernandez has only had 2 balls grounded, one the infield hit in the first inning, and then the Moreland ground ball that started the 3rd inning. Popped up. Mauer towards his dugout. Can't quite reach in far enough. Wednesday home games are student nights at Target Field, presented by Rasmussen College. Standing room only tickets are just $5 for students of any age. Student night tickets are available day of game only at the Target Field box office beginning at 9 in the morning. Limit 1 ticket per student with a valid ID. Check out the student night deal and many others at twinsbaseball.com or by calling 800-33-TWINS. 1-2 to Kinsler. Oh, my, that was right off the facing of the Twins dugout. It's the second rocket that's been hit in that direction.
You know, baseball did the right thing when they have these little screens in front of all the dugouts there. Players, you know, sometimes they sit on that bench right there. Some of them lean over the little railing. But they're protected by vicious line drives, especially all these new ballparks are so fan friendly. The fans are pretty much right on top of home plate.
Ball sailed right over the right shoulder of Rick Anderson, who's in the leaning on the railing there. And
yeah, the players are protected, but the fans are not. So
yeah.
You sit that close, you have to watch the ball. Be careful.
1-2 to Kinsler. Driven foul into the right field corner. Twins were hopeful of getting 5 innings anyway from Hernandez. Stamina and maybe a larger issue than effectiveness in that regard, because he has not started since the Twins were in Baltimore early this month.
Yeah, you don't like to have at bats like this if you're Hernandez, where you know a batter just keeps fouling off pitches. Get that pitch count up quickly. 12 pitches in the first, 20 in the second. So far only 9, but a lot of them have been right here to Kinsler.
pitch up high to even the count.
Hernandez, like you mentioned, Dick, or just his birthday just was, 24 years old, originally signed by the Padres, then went over to the White Sox organization, now wearing a Twins uniform.
Nearly as many throws to first during the Kinsler at bat as pitches delivered to the plate. And now a full count with Gentry on deck.
Now you'll probably see Garcia taking off here.
Full count to Ian Kinsler. Runner goes and the pitch driven to left center field and tagged pretty well. Off the warning track and a ground rule double. Twins catch a break with Garcia being anchored now at third base. Not many balls hit the warning track and bounce over, but we've just seen it happen to keep this game scoreless here in the third.
Well, Kinsler with another Texas Ranger double. Then they had 6 of them last night. Here a 3-2 fastball, and Kinsler finding that gap out in left center. His 4th double of the year.
Especially with the runner going. The runner at first, Garcia would have scored easily had that ball stayed in the ballpark. Corner infielders up now for Gentry. Middle infielders back. Gentry saw his bat shatter in his hands on a Hernandez pitch in the first inning, but he rolled it slowly towards second base, and now Marquez gives that pitch to Hernandez, a called strike one. Gentry hit a little roller toward Dozier, but beat it out, and then was picked off first. Missing the inside corner, 1-1. Foul back, and it's 1-2. Hernandez with a couple of strikeouts, swinging strikeouts. He got Pierzynski and Murphy, left-handed batters with breaking pitches.
You can do that same thing to a right-handed hitter. Maybe that slider down and in. Maybe Gentry will swing over the top. See what they decide to do right here. Hernandez, the Twins would like a strikeout here.
Gentry struck out about a third of his at-bats on the season. Liner, Florimon with the catch, and no chance to double anybody off. And I think Hernandez has taken care of 2 of Gentry's bats already here today.
Well, he stayed inside right there. Gentry kind of got jammed and hit that soft liner to Florimon.
It's only fitting that World Poker Tour's largest tournament of season 11 produced one of its most amazing final tables. Tune into this week's episode of the WBT Borgata Poker Open. Sorry. Presented by Club WBT.com to see which 6 players battled through a field of 1,181 entrants to reach the final table.
Gagne,
from this point
Gagne,
forward, you can read this promo from this point forward. I'm not having any luck with that at all.
Well, you just got a big out right there. Maybe Domit saw Florimon come in and kind of be the interpreter right there. And It's a big out right here. You work yourself out of that situation. Runners at second and third with one out. Now you be very careful with this guy.
Got a base open. 2 away. Cruz on deck. Ball 1.
Beltre, when he's healthy, he's one of these guys that always seems to have right about 100 RBIs year in and year out. Last year, 102 runs batted in for the Rangers. Big swing, yep.
Slow breaking ball.
Ball 1, and then that little slider that Beltre swung through.
Ball missing. Earlier this month, Beltre turned 34 years of age. It just seems like he's been around forever.
He was third in the American League last year in hitting. Behind Cabrera and Trout, he hit .321. With power, 36 home runs.
High fly to left field.
Not underneath it.
Willingham fighting the sun. Makes the catch. A battle. But Willingham fought through it. Got the catch. And the Rangers leave a couple in scoring position in the third. On Fox Sports North is presented by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Grand Casino, the best stories start here. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. Gorgeous day for baseball, or frankly anything else. Glad you're with us for Twins baseball. Aaron Hicks will lead things off, looking for his first hit as a right-handed batter.
Yeah, 0 for 10 so far as a right-handed batter.
The average creeping upward. Off the glove of Moreland, and Hicks will reach. I don't even want to guess anymore. We'll just say he's at first.
Moreland's playing off that bag right there. When you have a guy like Hicks up that has good speed, sometimes I'm sure first baseman's thinking, you know, you got to play that short hop, but then he's going to have to hustle to get over to first. So don't know if that was in the back of his mind, but it will be an error charge to Moreland, his second error.
Last night, Aaron Hicks with a steal on a delayed steal, and he caught the middle infielders napping and ended up at third base. Asked Ron Gardenhire about that today. Said they worked with Hicks quite a bit with him during spring training, Paul Molitor, and it's just a little bit of a delay. I think I call it a bunny hop. Here's a line drive left field. Escobar with another hit. The man's hitting 500, and Hicks will go to third. Eduardo Escobar, 13 hits in 26 at bats.
Well, he hasn't been playing every day, and Gardy said, you know, he has timed it perfectly to put him in the lineup to allow him to be hitting 480 coming into this at bat.
Taking all the credit.
Yep. Fastball middle in. Escobar on the first pitch opens up, lines it into left field, and then the speed of Hicks. You saw where Murphy was playing, hustled from first to third.
Nobody out, and the Twins have a chance to draw first blood here. And Florimo, the batter.
Florimo looking for his first hit as a right-handed hitter. Not a lot of at-bats, only 6.
Talk about the Twins' output offensively at shortstop. Florimo at 265. Escobar hitting now 500 as an infielder. The Twins could get Florimo. They know Escobar's not going to hit 500. If they can keep Florimo in the mid 200s, in the 240 to 260 range, I think they'd be happy.
That's what he was in the minor leagues for 9 seasons, a 250 hitter. Can he do it here at the major league level?
Another called strike, 1 and 2. Florimo right up on the plate, and the Rangers going after him near the inside corner.
Holland has 2 strikeouts, both of them coming on that hard slider.
Off the plate, 2 and 2.
Like a changeup right there at 81 miles an hour.
34 at bats, only 5 strikeouts for Florimo. He's not been a swing and miss guy, at least so far this year. Trying to make sure he makes contact here and maybe get a run batted in. That's contact. Kinsler catches the soft pop up, 1 away. And now Dozier.
Dozier's enjoyed hitting it at leadoff spot his last 6 games, hitting at 347. A chance to add to that RBI total in this at bat right here with Hicks at third base.
Dozier had a fly ball to Gentry in center his first time up. Similar outcome here would put the Twins on the board. Now there's your fly ball. This one to deep right center. And again, Gentry with a catch, tagging from third. Hicks scores, and the Twins, for just the 5th time this year, have scored first.
Well, the hustle of Hicks right there on that base hit by Escobar scores a run for the Twins. Dozier picking up his 7th RBI of the year on the sacrifice fly. So speed in the lower part of the lineup. You have to look at, Hicks, Escobar, and Florimo. And if Florimo get on, those 3 guys can go from first to third with the best of it.
So now Mauer looking for his first hit in the series. Hit a 2-hopper to Moreland in the first inning. Looking around the ballpark, Bert, there aren't many empty seats here. I wonder how close this might be to being announced as a sellout.
I hope so. Keep an eye on Holland, too. Very good pickoff move to first base. Escobar has not had a stolen base yet. He is 0 for 1.
Over the inside corner. That's 1-1. outside corner. Well, the extra out that the Rangers have given the Twins here in the 3rd inning, giving the Twins at least 1 run. One and 2.
Derek Holland in his 5th season with the Texas Rangers had a great year 2 years ago. Last year had some shoulder problems that put him on a disabled list for about a month. 16 wins in 2011, 12 last year.
Ordinarily, when a hitter's up there and a pitchers count like this, you'd think that would increase the chances of a steal attempt, but Mauer's so good with 2 strikes. Don't know that it really factors in here. Pulled the string and got him, and he struck him out. The Twins get the game's first run. Eduardo Escobar with another key hit. The Twins take a 1-0 lead. In the first 3 innings.
Pedro Hernandez, 3 shutout innings so far, has worked out of a couple jams, a couple strikeouts, no walks so far. And Derek Holland, 1 unearned run allowed on only 1 hit, and that was Escobar. We saw him in the bottom of 3rd inning, and Dozier driving in the only run of the ball game with his 7th RBI of the year.
Twins started the day 2 games out of first and a game behind Detroit in the American League Central standings, but the Tigers have already beaten the Braves 7-4 this afternoon. Twins go to Detroit after tomorrow's game. Twins and some of the traveling contingent going to Detroit after the game tomorrow.
Does that mean you?
Ron Coomer will be filling in for you
yes,
during the telecast on the next road trip. Strike 1 to Nelson Cruz. Singled and was retired trying to stretch a single into a double. Nice throw from Aaron Hicks. And a changeup. Very slow pitch, and Cruz out in front, 0-2. Got him on 3 pitches.
Back, yeah, almost like a screwball right there. Hernandez picks up his 3rd strikeout.
I asked Ron Gardenhire about this pitch, wondering if it was a screwball. He says, no, it's a circle change.
Yeah, it looks almost like a screwball. You can see it kind of tailing away. See the rotation of that ball as we slow it down for the 1st out.
Really effective against right-handed batters. Here's Pierzynski, who struck out on a breaking pitch his first time up in the 2nd inning. Breaking Ball lifted foul.
Hey, we'll send our best wishes to Bruce Erdahl from he's in St. Cloud Hospital. Bruce, get well. A lot of our fantasy campers are here enjoying the ball game. Saw Stan Dickman earlier.
Hicks chasing it. Oh, what a diving catch by Aaron Hicks. He laid out to take an extra base hit away from Pierzynski.
There's so much room here at Target Field, and Aaron Hicks with his speed catches up to this, diving for the ball, spread out completely, and makes a great catch. I love it when they leave the earth. Watch him. He's airborne for a split second. Nice catch by Aaron Hicks.
2 down, and that'll bring up Jeff Baker. You know what we're seeing, Bert, with the pressure of the leadoff position taken away from Hicks, he's starting to hit a little bit, but what we're seeing are the other parts of his game. We're seeing the strong throwing arm, the range in center field, the ability to run the bases, and I think we're seeing some of the skills that won him the job in spring training. It's just the hitting still is a little slow and coming around.
Well, and I think that's what's impressed the Twins. Okay, you struggle at the plate, don't take it out on the field with you, and I don't think Aaron Hicks has done that at all from day one.
Right.
And I think that's one reason that he's here. You know, we've seen other guys come up, struggle, and then they'll struggle defensively too, and all of a sudden they're back in AAA or down in the minor leagues.
2-1 to Baker. And now 2-2. Yeah, they've said the thing to watch out for with Hicks, if he starts hanging his head and feeling sorry for himself and wondering whether he belongs here, and they haven't seen any of that. But now we're seeing, you know, the tools that made Aaron Hicks a #1 draft pick a long time ago.
I think what helps too is guys, you know, the leaders of the ball club, the Justin Morneaus and the Joe Mauers, you know, showing confidence in him, and then the coaching staff too. Tom Bernansky, he's been through the ups and downs of a career. Terry Steinbach, you know, he knows that you're going to have downs and you're not always going to hit 1,000. You're going to have good days, bad days. It's how you go about your business day in and day out.
2-2 to Baker. And now full count, Murphy on deck.
If you're a pitcher like Hernandez, when you walk off that mound, you wait around that first baseline if you're able to get this out, and you congratulate your outfielder in a great catch. You tip your hat, you say thank you.
And then buy him dinner tonight, right?
No, they'll have dinner in the clubhouse. Not like it used to be. Well, they have a kitchen down there.
What? And I suppose you had bologna sandwiches.
We had a little thing of chips. That's what we had. Potato chips.
3-2.
And the first guy in the shower would walk by and grab a chip, and we said, "That's it. I'm not going to eat those chips."
Foul ball. The at bat still alive. Hernandez faced just 3 men in the first, but that was not a 1-2-3 inning. He picked off a runner for the 3rd out. Trying to, on his 66th pitch, complete his 4th shutout inning. And bounced foul.
I think what we've seen from Hernandez is a guy that changes speeds well. He's throwing strikes, no walks so far, 3 strikeouts. And that's what the Twins like about him.
A battle between Baker and Hernandez. And a fastball missing. It's a 2-out walk.
And the first walk for Hernandez.
That'll bring up David Murphy. You're talking about a pitcher's ability to repeat his delivery, but just watching Hernandez pitch, he might repeat his delivery, but no two pitches in succession are the same. He's either changing speeds, he's throwing a breaking pitch down and into a right-hander, or the changeup. He mixes things, I think, very well.
He's a lot like Scott Diamond. You realize you just cannot get away with a fastball. Even though the fastball sets up everything, you change speeds. One's fastball's 91, next one maybe 86, 87.
Bouncer to second.
There's a fastball at 84.
Couldn't get rid of Baker. He ended up walking him, but got Murphy on the first pitch. Aaron Hicks with the best catch he's made so far in the big.
Of Twins Productions, Joe Pohlad, to talk about a really cool new feature way out in center field right by the State Fair Classics food booth. Can you tell us about these in-game items that are actually for sale?
Yeah, we sell game-used items straight from the field. We sell bats, balls, jerseys, and a number of other items straight from the field.
It's really cool. If you look at this Joe Mauer jersey, it actually has dirt from probably mid-slide, right?
Probably, yeah. I think it was sliding to second, actually.
Well, that's fantastic, and this is items that are actually being used right now. Can you tell us a little bit about the process that goes from getting these balls and the bags on the field up to here for fans to buy?
Yeah, what we do is we have somebody collecting balls from today's game, and you can sign up today and collect a ball, or sometimes on some games a base, and then take it home with you today.
Some of these items are very relatively affordable. We've got some fans stepping right in front of us, but that's okay. You saw what you needed to see. We've got balls, bags, bats, jerseys, everything for sale. It's a baseball fan's dream, so come out to center field and check it out sometime, guys.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Joe. It might now a foul ball hit into the seats. Maybe we won't see so many wrestling matches for the foul balls if we can go ahead and buy a game-used baseball.
Oh, no, there's always going to be wrestling.
Okay, all right.
Actually, right down in the Champions Club, that ball that Willingham hit, I still watched 4 or 5 people diving
at the
for
Champions
that ball.
Club?
Yeah, in the Champions Club, yeah.
Bouncer to third, nearly hit the bag. Baker fires across. Willingham retired one away. You can interact with us during the broadcast. Our AT&T Twitter poll. The question, who will lead the Twins this season in runs batted in? The hashtags RBI Willingham, RBI Morneau, RBI Mauer. We'll give you the results tomorrow after this series and week and homestand wrap up. Here's Ryan Doman, pop up near the mound, his first time up, and he takes strike one. Doman behind the plate, off to a slow start. Dozen hits, half of them doubles. Baker gets another chance. 2 down.
Baker showing off a good strong arm across the diamond. Those last 2 throws.
Now Wilkin Ramirez. Ramirez went down swinging his first time up. Doinked foul. We're getting to the part of the game that really makes the 3 o'clock starts tough for the players. The shadows starting to creep out between the home plate and the mound. Again, this game starting at 3 o'clock, so we could televise it for you. Busted bat and a little roller towards Kinsler. We'll explain that process when we get back. 4 complete. The Twins lead 1-0. Following Twins baseball, the Wild look to clinch a playoff spot in the final game of the regular season. A playoff berth is at stake when they battle the Colorado Avalanche. Coverage begins at 6:30. Immediately following Twins baseball right here on Fox Sports North.
You know, between innings, Dick, you brought up one point about the shadows, and I went next door and asked Dan Gladden, when would it be harder to hit? Where the shadow is right now, or if the shadow was out by the pitcher? And he says right now is the hardest time to hit because that ball comes from the sunlight of the pitcher to the shade. And he said just for a split second you'll lose it. He said once that shadow gets, say, to the pitcher or by the pitcher, then it's a little bit easier to pick up the rotation of the ball.
Well, last night we had a 7 o'clock start, so knowing we had a 3 o'clock start today, I went down there during batting practice about this time just to stand behind the batting cage and get some sense for what it's like. And I honestly don't know how hitters can hit, period, but even guys who make a living at it, the ball is in the sunlight as it's released, and then right about where a hitter would determine it's a changeup, it's a fastball, it's a curve, it's a change, whatever, it doesn't disappear, but it's hard to pick it up because it goes into the shadowed area.
Yeah, Gladden's just said it, just a split second that you kind of lose the ball or the rotation, but then you have to pick it up again.
At that split second is when you determine you're picking up the spin of the ball.
Right, here's a good view right here. The ball released, and then it's a fastball in, so a hitter has to react. I mean, it's hard enough to hit a round ball with a round bat and hit it solid. But if you lose it just for a split second, it's a great camera shot right there.
2-1 to Mitch Morley. Hit a ground ball to Dozier his first time up. Dozier with a diving catch to his left. He has shown tremendous range as a second baseman, going both to his right and here to his left.
He said he has enjoyed second base. He can wait a little bit longer than he can at short. Ball hit sharply, but Dozier diving and making a very nice grab for the first out. Good concentration by Dozier.
Last inning it was Hicks going parallel to the ground to make a nice diving catch in the outfield. Now Dozier goes airborne. 1-0 to Garcia, who singled his first time up. Got as far as third base. And a strike. Anyway, the explanation as to why it's a 3 o'clock start. The baseball network, in this case Fox, has a window of opportunity or a window of exclusivity that today it moves around over the course of the year. There's a bouncer towards short. Florimone digs it out, fires
nice
on the
play.
run.
Nice play by Florimone.
Made it look easy.
Yeah, he tapped that ball. Let's take a look at Brian Dozier and some of the plays that he has made already in the first 20 ball games. A short hop right there, made a nice play, smothered that ball. I remember that. And then right here on the run, able to put something on that ball. Diving to his left there. They say just make the routine plays, but we've seen Dozier not only make the routine plays, he's made some very nice, fancy plays.
Breaking ball over to Kinsler, strike one. Anyway, Fox Network has an exclusive period from noon to 3 today to broadcast baseball. So if this game were to be played at 1 o'clock, it wouldn't be able to be televised either in Texas or in Minnesota on their respective networks. So that's why we're starting today at 3 o'clock. Rather than 1 o'clock. 1-1 to Kinsler, and for Pedro Hernandez, pitching with the lead here in the 5th inning, he needs to complete 5 innings to qualify, perhaps, for his first major league win.
Well, pitch count still good. This was pitch number 78.
Fouled away.
Hernandez in that outing, his only other start in Baltimore, he threw 83 pitches in 5 innings. He did give up 3 runs in that outing, but the Twins won 4-3.
And since April 7th, a total of 93 pitches over 2 different relief outings. So my guess is if they get 5 innings from him, they'd be thrilled to death and maybe turn this game over to the bullpen. 2-2.
Rick Anderson keeping a close eye on his lefty.
To center, hanging in the air for Aaron Hicks as he comes in, and it's the second baseman Dozier making the catch. A 1-2-3 5th inning, and a 1-0 lead for Pedro Hernandez.
it 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th. I'm in the winner's circle, the Minnesota Lottery winner's circle, that is, with a couple of people celebrating today's weather and celebrating a 61st birthday, where Kim and Wendy here, they came all the way from Duluth. Talk about a little bit of a difference in the weather.
It's just a bit warmer down here, a little nicer, a little greener. It's kind of white up in Duluth right now still, so we're still got about 25, 28 inches of snow.
Oh my goodness, and just a week ago, hard to think it was actually snowing actively. So as part of being in the winner's circle, Bert will circle you, but you also get $100 worth of scratch-off tickets from the Minnesota Lottery, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here and enjoy the game. Vic and Bert.
Happy birthday to you, and you're hereby circled. Garcia getting jammed and hitting that ball to Moreland, and a quick flip over to Holland, covering first for the first quick out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Twins have just one hit. It came right after Aaron Hicks reached on an error to Mitch Moreland. Bluffing a bunt, taking a strike. Hicks hit a 2-hopper that kind of short hopped Moreland off his glove. The ball caromed toward second base. Hicks reached on the next pitch. Escobar singled to left. Twins had first and third and got Hicks in on Dozier's fly ball. Down low, 1-1.
Anthony Swarzak starting to loosen up. Hernandez, 5 shutout innings, has 80 pitches.
Out in front, and it's 1-2. Hicks on the bases and in the field has been a key figure here today.
Great strike to ball ratio for Derek Holland. 50 total pitches here with 1 out in the 5th inning.
Checked his swing. No swing, says first base umpire Mike DeMiro. 2-2.
Holland, no walks in the ball game, 3 strikeouts. Hicks able to hold up.
No Texas starter has issued a walk yet in this series. We played, 2.5 games roughly. And had a total of 11 runs scored. 2-2 to Hicks. And now 3-2 with Escobar on deck.
I think that's one thing we've seen from Aaron Hicks too over the last week. More 3-2, 2-2 counts. Remember, for a while there was always like 3-4 pitches. Boom, he strikes out. And he strikes out right there on a little cut fastball. And Holland picking up his 4th strikeout.
Twins tickets this year remain affordable and available. Special deals await for every day of the week. Check out the deal that works out best for you and your budget. Visit twinsbaseball.com/tickets or call 800-33-TWINS. Get yours today. 2 down in the 5th. Here's Eduardo Escobar. Has the only Twins hit. Might have cracked his bat in the process, but he singled to left and comes into this at bat hitting .500.
13 hits and 26 at bats. Got a double, a triple, a home run.
I'm just going to say that he's gone Yahtzee. Here's a big pop up near third base. He's got one in every column, and that lands at the feet of the shortstop Garcia. Baker apparently lost it and gave way to the shortstop, who had the ball land right at his feet.
I see Baker right there, as we saw Willingham earlier in the ball game fight that sun, and once he took his eye off it, he lost it. Ended up behind him.
1-1 to Escobar. Lifts it deep to center field. Going back is Gentry. Still going back. On the edge of the track, he hauls it in. 9 in a row set down by Derek Holland. Also the subject of the freeze cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Yeah, this coming in the fourth inning with one out off the bat of A.J. Pierzynski. Aaron Hicks diving, leaving the earth almost for a split second, making a nice catch.
And Anthony Swarzak does come out of the pen to try to hold the lead for Pedro Hernandez and the Twins.
Yeah, Swarzak kind of that long man, one of the long men out of the bullpen for the Twins, making his 5th relief appearance. So far, so good. Very good 2.61 ERA. Last time he pitched is game 2 against the Miami Marlins. His win coming in Baltimore. That was the day that Hernandez started that game, and great job by Pedro Hernandez. 5 shutout innings as he leaves the dugout.
Now he'll figuratively, of course, hold his breath, hoping that the Twins can keep the lead, expand the lead, ideally. Here's Craig Gentry to start the 6th. Strike of the knees.
Good curveball right there by Swarzak. Good fastball, pretty much straight over the top. He'll mix in that curveball, slider, and a changeup.
One and one. Gentry with a busted bat single. And then he busted his bat in the 3rd inning, too, lining out softly to Florimon. One and one. Chopper to short. Florimon runs it across there in a hurry. Gentry retired one down in spring, but today is a busy day for Minnesota football fans. Follow Tyler Mason's coverage of the Gophers spring game and Brian Hall's coverage of day 3 of the NFL draft at FoxSportsNorth.com.
A couple nice plays over the last couple innings for Florimon, attacking the ball. Remember Garcia came in, got that short hop, knowing Garcia's got good speed, and right there Gentry, good speed. He has got to come in and get that ball, and it made a good strong throw.
Speed pitch over, a called strike to Beltre, a fly ball to right.
That's something too, Dick, that these young players like Florimon, they have to learn the hitters at the plate. Who's got the speed, who doesn't have that much good speed from, say, home to first.
And discussing Brian Dozier's conversion to a slick fielding second baseman, I already mentioned that Dozier kind of got trapped playing too deep or playing back too far, not reacting quickly. Beltre strikes out, and that's out number 2.
Well, Beltre chasing a breaking ball. Swarzak picking up his first strikeout. Watch the breaking ball just on the other side of home plate. Domit gets it on the bounce and then tags Beltre for the 2nd out.
Nelson Cruz, the batter. He struck out in the 4th, single. Thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Back in the 2nd inning. He takes one off the plate, ball 1. Speed pitch misses, and it's 2-0. Fastball in a good spot down and away. This Texas lineup has plenty of power, and they feast on hitting counts, 2-0s, 3-1s, counts like that. And it's one thing Hernandez did a nice job of too, staying out of those really aggressive counts through enough strikes to be able to use his off-speed stuff. Slow breaking ball over to even the count.
Yeah, that prior pitch that you said, good location. I was watching Domit. He really went on the outer half of the plate, and that's where that ball was, and Cruz just fouled it off. Then he takes a curveball for a strike, and another breaking ball, and a good inning for Anthony Swarzak.
Couple of strikeouts in a 1-2-3-6. Fox Sports North is presented by McDonald's. Try the new premium McWrap at McDonald's today. I'm loving it. And by Toyota. Let's go places. To find your nearest Toyota dealer and check out our current offers, visit buyatoyota.com. I'll bet you dinner in Detroit that Pedro Florimon is going to try to bunt his way aboard here. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Not on the first pitch. One strike.
Oh, that's right. I'm not going to Detroit. I'll take that bet with Ron Coomer, okay?
Short center.
That's trouble.
And a diving catch by Craig Gentry. Oh, what a catch by the Texas center fielder.
Yeah, we've both seen both center fielders make some nice catches. Gentry and his speed, along what we saw with Hicks and his speed. But Gentry comes diving in and making a great catch. I thought for sure this ball was going to fall in there, but Gentry comes out of nowhere and makes a nice diving catch.
A perfect second trip through the Twins batting order for Derek Holland. One away here in the sixth, and now Brian Dozier, who drove in the only run of the game so far with a fly ball to deep right center field. Dozier shows bunt, takes a strike.
So you owe Ron Coomer dinner then?
I don't believe that was the bet at all.
I'm the analyst. He's the analyst.
Swinging a foul, 2 strikes. 1 hit allowed by Derek Holland. And right now that hit is the difference in the game. The single by Escobar that advanced Hicks from first to third.
Well, the air kind of opened up that opportunity for the Twins to score the unearned run off of Derek Holland so far.
There's a little roller up the line. Staying foul. Remember, Dozier had one last year that hit right off the end of the bat, and it was 5 feet foul and spun back fair for a base hit.
Yeah, that's something you don't work on. But if you can do it, it's great. Pitch count outstanding for Derek Holland. 1 out here in the sixth, only 62 pitches.
Headed up the middle, base hit. So Dozier with a 1-out single. And that'll bring up Bauer with a man aboard.
Not a bad pitch. Fastball down by Holland. And Dozier hitting it right back up the middle. And it scoots through the infield.
Bauer with a bouncer to first and a strikeout on an off-speed pitch. Reacting late, getting back to the bag. Strike on the outside corner.
Holland, 26 years old, signed by the Rangers in 2006. Their 25th pick that year. Came up with the Rangers in 2009.
0-2. Bauer started this series hitting .366. He's gone hitless. The average down to .325. Again, underscoring the Rangers and their ability to take the best hitter the Twins have and neutralize him. Struck him out again on 3 pitches, 2 down.
And strikeout number 5 for Holland.
Tomorrow at 4:30, don't miss an inside look at the Vikings war room at this year's NFL draft, plus an all-access view of the Vikings' 3 first-round picks and their first day as a Viking. Get it all on this special draft review show of Vikings Beyond the Gridiron tomorrow at 4:30 on Fox Sports North.
Mike Maddox, a pitching coach, running out there to say something to Derek Holland. Quick trip to the mound. That was a quick trip.
He ran out, said about 4 words, and ran back.
Don't make a mistake to this guy. Yes, sir.
We talked about it after the top of this inning, and I think it bears repeating here in the bottom of the inning. Blocked by Pierzynski, and Dozier got a great break. He may have taken off before that ball touched the ground.
You know, Paul Molitor's sitting down here in front of us. He's got to be happy at that right there. Ball in the dirt. AJ, you see it gets away from him, and as soon as that ball made contact with the ground, Dozier thought about going, and then he went. Good read by Brian Dozier. It'll be a wild pitch charged to Holland.
In the dirt again, and Dozier this time will hold up at second. We were talking about it off.
I don't know what Mike Maddox said, but
now he's going to third. Pierzynski fumbling the ball near the plate. Now time is called, and they're going to send Dozier back to second base. Home plate umpire Alfonso Marquez saying it was my mishandling of the ball. They're going to send Dozier back to second base. I don't know whether Marquez called time or whether he was involved.
Let's take a look right here. The ball gets away from AJ. Of course, new balls are put into play. And you can see AJ right there fumbling the ball. But maybe saying something to Marquez right there.
Well, I think if we continue to, I didn't see Marquez handle the baseball.
Right, that's what Gardy's asking him right there.
Why would you call time? The ball is still in play.
Only because he picked it up with his glove.
I'm trying to read lips, and I think I saw Marquez use the words call time, but Pierzynski can't call time unless he's got control of the baseball.
Right, right. See this ball again? And AJ stopped right there. Wow, you see Marquez kind of got a new ball out right away. And he said time was called. So a quick call of a timeout.
An improper call of a timeout. 2-0. Willingham takes high 3-0. Anyway, we saw on the top of this inning some really good hitters. Beltran, Cruz, and at the bottom of this inning, Mauer, a really good hitter. A lot of swings and misses, and it's very likely due to the shadow that's almost crept over the mound now. See if Willingham gets a good look at one here on 3-0. With first base open, Willingham will be pitched carefully here. You can be sure of that.
Well, talking to Dan Gladden again, when that pitcher gets in the shadow, as the hitter is, then it's a little easier to pick up the ball.
3-1.
And really, where Holland releases the ball is about where that shadow is now. You can see the shadow creeping up toward the feet of the pitcher, Derek Holland.
Willingham lifts it to left, high and deep, and gone!
Well, the wind blowing a little bit out to left field, and that ball had some height, and I believe the wind helped that and carried it into the bleachers. So Willingham, a big 2-run home run, his 4th of the year. A breaking ball. And he got up in the air, and it just kept going. I was watching Murphy, the left fielder. The way he went about it, he went back. Thought he had a chance right here. But then the ball up about 8 to 10 rows. Well, maybe about 5 rows up.
That might have been the highest home run I've ever seen hit here. At one point, it looked like, from our vantage point, it was higher than the light standard in left field. Dolman hooks one foul, 2 strikes. So the premature interruption of play by Alfonso Marquez doesn't factor into the 6th inning at all.
Well, we want to thank Mike Maddox for running out there, and whatever he told Holland, it worked for the Twins.
Doman hooks one to left. And he'll dig for second. And Doman is in with another double, his 7th double of the year.
Well, looks like Holland leaving some pitches up, even though Dozier hit a pretty good fastball down up the middle. He left that pitch up to Willingham, and right there, Doman hooking that ball. With 2 outs, you want to get in the scoring position. Doman hustling into second base. Pitch not bad, really. I mean, down a little bit, but good swing by Doman as you see the point of contact.
Wilkin Ramirez will bat, a strikeout in the 2nd, a ground ball to second in the 4th. Inside, ball 1. First 2 times through the Twins batting order, and the Twins got 1 hit against Derek Holland. Now, starting with Dozier's at bat here in the 6th, the 3rd time through, 3 hits, a single, a double, and a home run. At the knees, 1-1.
Second home run that Al Holland has allowed so far this year. This being his 5th start.
Grounded right at Baker. Across the diamond, it ends the inning. Dozier, who drove in the 1st run in the 3rd inning, scores the 2nd run on a Willingham home run. All added up, it's 3-0 Twins.
While Pedro Hernandez worked the first 5 innings, shutout baseball through 80 pitches, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Had some good defensive plays behind him. Here, Aaron Hicks throwing out. Cruz trying to stretch a single into a double. Aaron Hicks making a great diving catch off the bat of A.J. Brzezinski. And we saw the Texas Rangers center fielder Gentry make a great catch. And Josh Willingham puts the Twins up 3-0. With his 4th home run of the year, a 2-run home run.
On a beautiful spring afternoon here at Target Field, the Twins up 3-0. A.J. Pierzynski to lead off the Texas 7th inning. Liner past Escobar, right past his glove. He hit the ball hard, but it looked like it was right at Escobar. And I don't know that he even touched it.
Well, sometimes, again, you know, it might be a shirt in the background or something, but that ball got on Escobar in a hurry, a lot quicker than he anticipated. Again, from the shadow to the sun. A.J. picking up a base hit.
So the leadoff man is on here in the 7th, and that'll bring up Jeff Baker. Breaking ball, taken for a strike. Did you ever use the shadows?
I don't recall.
To your benefit?
No, not at the Metrodome.
No, but you did pitch some games outdoors.
Yeah, I don't recall. If it worked, I would have taken the shadows with me.
The fastball just misses, 1-1. There's a reason you ask the players, ask them about the start times, and when you mention 3 o'clock start times, they all wince.
Not the pitchers, just the hitters.
But the catchers do, because sometimes it's tough for a catcher too to pick up the spin of the ball. Nice block by Domet on a breaking pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, very nice block by Domet. He came charging out of there in case A.J. thought about taking off. You know, you anticipate a breaking ball, knocking it down, and then barehanding it and alertly seeing if A.J. was taking off for second.
Fly ball right field, hit lazily toward Ramirez. Go away. Sanford Health injury report. Francisco Cervelli become the #1 catcher for the Yankees. Broke his right hand on a foul tip. What was curious about that, he had his right hand exposed with no one on base. Now we'll watch Domet here, and there's a guy on base. So catchers will have that hand ready to catch and throw.
Yeah.
But in this case, the bases were empty, and there was really no reason for that hand to be exposed. Brian Dunsing's been warming up, and he'll be brought in.
Well, they lost their pitcher Nova too.
Yeah, he pulled with an elbow issue a couple innings later, I guess. Well, an effective outing for Anthony Swarzak. He gets 1 out in the 7th. Actually melt over the course of time. A Pepsi fan of the game, enjoying something that at one point was frozen.
Maybe future big leaguers right there. Well, Brian Dunsing coming into the ball game. He worked here on Thursday night. Worked an inning and 2/3 through 16 pitches, 12 for strikes. Did not allow a hit or a run. Had a strikeout. Making his 9th relief appearance.
So Murphy will bat with a man at first and 1 out. Twins have just expanded the lead from 1-0 to 3-0, but of course want to approach the balance of this game as if the score is still 1-0. There's a strike called on the outside corner.
Yeah, Dunsing faced Murphy on Thursday night, able to strike him out.
A fastball on the outside corner. Nice block by Doman.
I think that might be the toughest block right there. It almost looked like it hit on top of home plate, that breaking ball. Doman able to keep it in his glove. Dunsing getting a new ball.
One and two to Daniel Murphy. Or David Murphy, I should say. Here's a little pop-up near third. Escobar. A fair ball catch for out number 2. Today's cold hard fact brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. The Twins on a pretty nice list of best bullpens ranked by ERA in the American League.
I think that's one thing we have seen, Dick, over the last couple, 2-3 years. Because the starters don't go as deep as they used to, teams have really improved their bullpens, knowing that you need a Dunsing or a Swarzak to go multiple innings to get to that 8th and 9th inning reliever.
Fans want to know, what does that really mean in terms of wins and losses? Well, pretty evident. The Twins prior to this Texas series were 5-0 in one-run games, and a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that the bullpen did such a good job in the late innings, allowing the Twins to win some of those close ball games.
They picked up some wins, 4 wins out of that bullpen of the 9 the Twins have been able to get so far.
1-1 to Moreland.
Starters are 5-9 combined with a 5.1 ERA. Jarrett Burton starting to get loose, maybe for the 8th inning. Dunsing get this last out.
Foul back, 1-2. Gardenhire saying again the other day, ideally you'd like guys to complete innings. You got Swarzak through the 6th, and then the line drive that Escobar didn't or couldn't see for a base hit, and that changed things here in the 7th. But ideally, they'd like Dunsing to retire Moreland and then have Burton start the 8th inning.
Yeah, he brought in Dunsing because you had Murphy and Moreland back-to-back left-handed hitters.
Slow breaking ball got him on the inside corner. Dunsing with some relief pitching, stranding Pierzynski at first. take that tonight, I suspect.
Let's hope so.
Following Twins baseball, the Wild look to clinch a playoff spot. Final game of the regular season. They battle the Colorado Avalanche. Coverage beginning at 6:30 immediately following Twins baseball right here on Fox Sports 1. Oswaldo Arcia leading off the 7th, facing Derek Holland. And strike one. Arcia really got eaten up by a fastball his last time up. Holland got in on the
got his kitchen.
Got his fists and a little dribbler rolled up the line for an out. 1-1. So 0 for 2 against this left-hander. Arcia 0 for 4 against left-handed pitching in an extremely small sample size. Two and 1. Hicks on deck.
The pitch count still very good for Derek Holland. 81 pitches, 56 strikes, no walks, 5 strikeouts. First run the Twins got in the 3rd inning was an unearned run, but then Willingham with that big 2-run home run to give the Twins a 3-0 lead.
And Arcia tried to turn around a 94-mile-per-hour fastball on 3-1 and swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Inside, a walk. The first walk the Twins have taken against the Texas starter in this series, and that'll bring up Aaron Hicks. MLB.com @bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. @bat delivers Twins baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. Text @bat to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details.
Baker to the third baseman already coming in. Maybe looking for the butt right here off the bat of Hicks.
Slow bouncer. Hicks is retired. The
kind of like a bunt.
Ground ball was just as effective as a bunt would be. CenturyLink for once next. Looks like it'll be Jared Pert. And Eduardo Escobar, who got the first Twins hit, sending Hicks to third base back in the 3rd inning, and then a deep fly ball in the 5th. Strike one. Base hit. He's back up to 500. Arcia around 3rd. He'll be held. And Escobar continues to hit at an extraordinary clip. 2 hits and 3 at-bats today. And he sends Arcia to third base.
Tell you what, nice piece of hitting right there in his first at-bat. He got a fastball in and lined it in the left. Here it looked like something out over the plate, and he let that ball get deep into the right there changeup and waited back nicely. And then almost looked like right there, look, he wants to hit that ball between first and second, exactly what he was able to do. Boy, he has been swinging a hot bat.
Here's Florimon, who will try to do what he could not do in the 3rd inning. With runners at 1st and 3rd and nobody out, he hit a little weak pop-up that didn't get the runner in from 3rd in. Here's a chopper, going to be a challenge. Fumbled by Kinsler. They still get the force at 2nd. I'm not sure why Garcia put the tag on the runner, but the bottom line is the run scores with Arcia coming in from 3rd base.
Well, Florimon getting an RBI, his 6th of the year. Kinsler probably laughing at Garcia right now, but the force out at second. Twins add a run, take a 4-0 lead. Kinsler thought about getting the ball and then tagging Escobar. You can see Garcia with his foot on the bag. It's a force out at second base. Garcia scoring the 4th run.
Leadoff walk comes around to score, and Dozier will hit. Dozier with an impactful day at the ballpark. Played well in the field. Drove in the first run with a fly ball in the 3rd. Singled and scored in the 6th. His single in the 6th inning was just the 2nd Twins hit. 3rd time through the order, the Twins have had a much better time of it against Derek Holland. Got a 4-0 lead and almost maybe an obvious attempt to try to steal second base here for Florimon.
Well, he has not attempted a stolen base yet.
And again, as we discussed, Aaron Hicks delayed steal last night. Ron Gardenhire talking about all the stopwatches that are around and the scouting reports that people have. Scotty Ulcher with a stopwatch. Everybody in the dugout has them. They time the pitcher's delivery to the plate, and that time Holland was pretty quick. Big leg kick this time, and he gets Dozier to swing and miss 0-2.
That's an area I think the Twins are going to work with Florimon too on, is his ability to steal bases. In the minor leagues, 102 stolen bases in 9 seasons, but he was also caught 50 times. For a guy with his speed, that's too many times being caught.
2 outs, 2 strikes on the batter. And a slide step, and Dozier gets a piece of it. And they timed last night the pitcher of 1.1 seconds with Hicks at first base, which was too fast to try a conventional steal. So Hicks, on his own, decided to try the delayed steal, and it worked. Saw Kirkman warming up for the Rangers. 2 strikes to Dozier. Popped up. Backing out of play. Couple of 2-strike fouls for Dozier. In the dirt, that kicks away from Pierzynski. Another wild pitch for Derek Holland.
A second wild pitch. A wild pitch Dozier in the scoring position last inning.
Dozier looks a drive foul. Might have cracked his bat. One and 2. Dozier trying to grind out an at-bat against Holland. With Mauer due up next, this might be Holland's last man, whether he gets him or not. Three and 2. good battle here for Dozier. He fell behind right away, 0-2. Now he's worked the count full because he's fouled off, I think, 4 two-strike pitches.
Holland right now at 96 pitches.
Gets a foul tip and finally retires the Twins in the 7th. But they get a leadoff walk and work Garcia around. The lead is now 4-0. Fly ball left field. Alex Cole coming in. Meters going out. Cole has it. Erickson has his no-hitter. Greg Vaughn lifting a fly ball to short left 19 years ago today. Some other no-hitters on this date, including one by the guy working in the booth next to us, Steve Busby.
Yeah, Steve Busby, a couple no-hitters in 1973, and then Derek Lowe now in the bullpen for the Texas Rangers. There's Steve Busby sitting next to Tommy Grieve, a former teammate of mine with the Rangers.
Busby got 2 no-hitters, didn't he?
Yeah.
In his career? Well, the Erickson no-hitter was the first one I ever saw or announced, and what I remember most about that was that it came on the Tuesday before the fishing opener. We had an early fishing opener that year.
1994.
94. Burton in the ball game, delivering the strike 1. And long story short, if that's possible at this point, one of the other stations reran the broadcast of the no-hitter because it had been such a long time since the Twins had had one. And some guys up north, there's a bouncer wide of third. Some guys wide of third, or some guys up north, got stuck spending time off the lake on the fishing opener because they thought they were watching a second no-hitter by Johnny Vandermeer, when in fact they were watching the replay of the first.
I thought you told me you bet him that Erickson would pitch a no-hitter.
I should have. Had I been quick enough, I would have.
Well, Jared Burton coming in, making his 10th relief appearance.
1-2. Garcia, Kinsler, and Gentry in the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Burton gets the rookie on the changeup, 1 down.
All right, he's got a nasty changeup that has some great sink to it right there. You see Domet catching it, and then on that one hop, and then tagging out Garcia for the first out.
And now Kinsler. Strike one on the inside corner. Kinsler looking back at Alfonso Marquez. Kinsler a double in the third. That one, same spot, but call the ball. Rangers had a great chance to score the first run of the game in their half of the third inning. Garcia single, Kinsler double, second and third, and only one out. And then Hernandez got Gentry and Beltre to end the threat. And the Rangers haven't had a runner at second base since. 1-2.
Very good pitching by the staff. Hernandez, Swarzak, Dunsing, now Jared Burton.
And now 2-2. Foul tip, and Doma can't quite hang on.
Burton last pitching on Tuesday in game 2 of that day-night doubleheader with Miami.
And excuse me, check swing foul. Take a look at Domit's hand, his right hand. Earlier we talked about Francisco Cervelli took a foul tip with the bases empty because his hand was exposed to the foul ball. And you can see Domit having that hand behind him, protecting it, not exposing it needlessly like apparently Cervelli did last night. 2-2. And another check swing foul.
You know, our analyst for the pregame, postgame, Tim Laudner, did the same thing. You kind of, you know, put that hand behind you. And slider.
Punch, foul, back into the seats. Another 2-2 coming. Lace to right center field. High off the wall. Kinsler has an extra base hit. It's a one-out double.
The fastball stayed up, and I think what we've seen in the first 3 games, you throw him a high fastball, he's going to hit it hard somewhere. His second double, his third double in as many days. It is actually his 4th double in this 3-game series for Kinsler. High fastball. Kinsler hitting it to right center.
Leonis Martin is going to hit for Craig Gentry. Kinsler at second with one away. Martin for Gentry, who had gone 1 for 3. Lead for the Twins. They're playing the out game. They need 2 more from Burton. First pitch strike.
Martin 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter. Outfield playing pretty even up.
And a walking lead and a steal of third by Kinsler. Burton, if he looked at him, he didn't look at him seriously enough. Stolen base sending Kinsler to third.
Yeah, Kinsler getting his 3rd stolen base of the year.
1-1 to Martin. Lifted foul into the seats. 1-2. A strikeout of Garcia, and he gets a strikeout of Martin. Now there needs to be a throw, and Doman delivers on target to Mauer, 2 away. Particularly for someone who hasn't seen that pitch. You might have heard about that pitch, but if you haven't seen it, it's got to be tough to lay off it.
Well, it's just almost like a sinking fastball, but about 83, 84 miles an hour. And Martin going out of his swing zone. And Burton picks up his second strikeout.
Now Beltre 0 for 3. It's a first pitch strike. On the ground, hard and foul. Past everybody. About a half dozen fans reach for it. The ball boy reached for it.
Ball was smoked.
And Willingham will retrieve it on the warning track and toss it into the crowd. Two strikes to Beltre. See if the veteran Beltre succumbs to the Burton circle change. Well, something up was fouled off the mask of Doman.
That might have been a high slider right there. And the slider stayed up and knocks the helmet off.
Bouncer to short. Florimo to Mauer. Rangers get a double from Kinsler. Leave him at third base. It's 4-0 Twins going to the bottom of the 8th. Joe Mauer will lead it off for the Twins.
To a 4-0 lead over the Texas Rangers in Game 3 of this series. We will break it all down after the game on our Twins Live post-game show presented by CenturyLink. We'll talk about how the Twins are doing it with defense tonight. We'll also talk about Willingham striking again, his second home run in just 3 games. And, of course, hear from manager Ron Gardenhire. All that and much more on Twins Live. Guys.
Thank you, Jamie. 4-0 Twins. Michael Kirkman pitching for the Rangers. And the first man he'll face, Joe Mauer.
Kirkman making his 10th relief appearance in his 4th season with the Rangers, 9 1/3 innings. Giving up 5 runs, 4 walks, and 8 strikeouts.
Joe hitless in the series, couple of strikeouts. against Derek Holland, and he takes strike one. Bauer, Willingham, and Doman. One and one. Joe came into the game hitting well against left-handers, hitting .400 against them, 6 hits, 15 at bats, 0 for 3 today. And a bouncer to Kinsler. One away. For Willingham's at bat, updating the AT&T Twitter poll. And the updated results have Josh Willingham at 50%. Justin Morneau 30%, Joe Mauer 20%.
Yeah, that home run that Willingham had hit in the sixth inning. That's his 25th home run hit here our Target Field. He passes now Jim Thome, who had 24 home runs hit here at Target Field. So Willingham in the sixth inning off of Derek Holland, got a breaking ball and had that uppercut swing, and the ball just kept going for that big 2-run home run that gave the Twins a 3-0 lead.
One strike. Significantly, I think 25 home runs in less than 100 games. Now, I haven't figured out how many home games Willingham has sat out. Not too many, I'm sure. But since he has put on a Twins uniform, this is just the 93rd home game that the Twins have played. Foul down the right field line. So 25 home runs in less than 100 games. Better than one home run per. Figured out now.
Well, my California math, let me get my calculator.
Better than one home run per 4 home games. One and two. And he pulls one through the hole. Second hit for Willingham. And it comes with one out in the 8th.
Well, he got a breaking ball that was down. And he just found that hole between third and short.
Ryan Doman picked up another double his last time up. Strike one. Bowman's done a nice job behind the plate, too, catching Pedro Hernandez. Some blocks with men on base. Oh, 2. Checked his swing. Called third strike. Bowman knew it. 2 down. And coming up in just a little while, the Wild, their last regular season game of the year, and a chance to clinch a playoff spot with a win. It's against the Colorado Avalanche, covered beginning at 6:30 right after Twins baseball here on Fox Sports North. Wilkin Ramirez looking for his first hit, a strikeout and a couple of ground balls. Ouch. And Ramirez will take a seat.
Ouch. Got on the instep, it looked like. Let's take a look. We should see it one more time.
Suddenly my foot problems don't feel so bad anymore. One strike. Brzezinski sets up inside, but now Willingham is going to steal second. An awkward slide. They picked him off, and we'll see if he's okay.
Yeah, walking a little gingerly, but got a great jump right there. The throw from Moreland a little bit late as Kinsler flies the tag, but Willingham.
Oh, he's reaching for the back of his left leg there. That's not good. He says he's fine. So a stolen base for Josh Willingham.
How about that, huh?
Ramirez off of Kinsler, and Willingham will be held. No, he's coming home, and he'll score on a poor throw from Kinsler. Willingham, his leg must be fine because he ran through a stop sign from Joe Vavra. And then Kinsler with a terrible throw to home plate. They would have had him by 15 feet.
Hey, he knew that Kinsler was going to throw it away.
There might be 2 errors on Kinsler on one play.
I think that's what Josh saw right there. The ball, I'm sure he's watching the flight of the ball, and the ball gets away from Kinsler, but it pops straight up. And then Kinsler throwing wildly to AJ, and he ends up scoring.
So here we go. Willingham with a single, a stolen base, and he flies around third base from second base on a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Only one error to...
No error. RBI single.
You have to be kidding.
For Vulcan Ramirez, that's what they scored.
They gave him a base hit and a run batted in.
Right.
I'm not going to keep score anymore.
Unbelievable.
Wouldn't you have guessed 2 errors?
I mean, a ball hit sharply right here. Kinsler played it off, but hey, I'm not the official score. Well, Ramirez will take it. He'll take the base hit. He'll pick up the RBI.
Well, I'll just go on record as saying there should have been an error on the ground ball, and if there was an on-target throw, Willingham would have been out by 15 feet. An insurance run for the Twins. It's 5-0. Because of that, Glenn Perkins is not warming up. Willingham.
Well, I think he's loose. He's just kind of resting out there.
I'm not even. Is that Perkins?
Sure looks like him.
And Arcia dumps it to the left field corner, but a foul ball. Twins tickets remain affordable and available for the 2013 season. Get fed and entertained starting at just $13. Sports Authority value pack Tuesdays and Thursdays include a ticket, a hot dog, and a soda. This and other specials are available every day of the week. Find out more by calling 833-TWINS or going to twinsbaseball.com. Well, the Twins scoring their 5th run, much the same way that they scored the first run. It was the speed of Aaron Hicks in the 3rd inning, and the speed of Josh Willingham in the 8th.
When you have that speed, you don't know what might happen.
That's the cliche in baseball. Speed never slumps. Two and two. Arcia with another foul. Arcia drew a leadoff walk in the 7th, and the Twins worked him around to score. It's kind of what the Rangers did last night. They scored early and then added a run here or there to push the lead out to 4-0 before Arcia's 3-run home run tightened things up. And Arcia past Kinsler into right field, and Ramirez will hold up at second. So Arcia gets a base hit.
That looked like a breaking ball. Arcia reaching out and hitting it sharply up the middle.
Tomorrow, Alexei Ogando going against the Twins' best starter so far this year. He's given them 4 really good starts. Kevin Correa. The Twins hope to get a split of this series after what they hope will be a win here today.
Catch the pregame at 12:30.
Hicks is 0 for 3. Made a great catch. Made a good throw. Run the bases smartly. All that's missing is a hit. Foul back.
Just one-handed grab by the fan down here.
Hicks has been the starting center fielder for every game but one, and that one game was probably a necessary day off for him. Ron Gardenhire sensing that the frustration was beginning to mount and bubble to the surface. 1-1.
I just think over the last 10 days we've seen better at-bats from Hicks. Just a little more patient at the plate. The hits will come. The Twins believe in this young man.
One.
There you go.
That might be his first extra base hit. It'll score a run. Hicks goes to second. His first hit is a right-handed batter, and it drives in another run.
Drives in 2 runs.
Yep.
So there is Aaron Hicks' first major league extra base hit. And it scores Ramirez and Arcia. On a breaking ball, and Hicks hitting it right down that third baseline. Baker can't get it to knock it down. And by the time that Murphy gets to this ball, Arcia scores all the way from first base.
7-0 Twins. Ramirez and Arcia both score. And now Escobar. Fouled away. Now, not to harp on the official scoring, but here's Kirkman, who's been charged now for 3 earned runs because of the official scoring call earlier on a ball hit right at Ian Kinsler. And that's where it becomes sensitive for the players. You become arbitration eligible, whatever. Every earned run is a mark against your ledger and costs you money. Nevertheless, the Twins scored 3 times in the 8th to open up for the Bears. Been a good day for the Twins. A glorious day weather-wise. A 7-0 whitewashing so far. And Glenn Perkins will come in to try to complete the shutout.
Well, it's been about 4 days for Glenn Perkins to be on that mound. He last worked in Game 1 against the Miami Ball Club, and Twins ended up winning that ball game 4-3. Perkins picked up his 6th save in that outing. In a non-save situation, what you want Perkins to do is get some quick outs, because he, you know, that way you can use them also tomorrow if need be.
Speaking of that, the Rangers weren't sure today whether Joe Nathan would even be available, because he'd been used in back-to-back games for just the 2nd time this year. 2-0. And a strike.
Plus, I want to see a quick inning, too. Twins do not have a shutout yet this year. This would be the first team shutout with a 7-0 lead.
Up high, 3-1.
And also want to see Pedro Hernandez get his first major league win.
When he left the game, it was 1-0. The Twins have done a nice job adding runs along here in the second half of this game. And a leadoff walk, though, here in the 9th.
As I mentioned, Perkins on Sunday picked up a win in Chicago. Picked up a couple wins in Chicago, and then in Game 1 against Miami ended up picking up a win here in the 4-3 win.
Now Perkins will try to pitch around a leadoff walk with Pierzynski at the plate. Up high, ball 1. 6 pitches, just 1 strike so far for Perkins. And Doman will walk it out to the mound, 2-0.
Perkins' only bad outing this year came in that loss to the Mets, that 16-5 game where Perkins gave up a couple runs in 1 inning in a non-save situation, just trying to get some work in. See a lot that from closers, you know. I don't know if it's just they're not as focused. We saw it from Eddie Gorgado. We saw it, you know, from Rick Aguilera at times. Nathan at times.
3-0. And Perkins, I think, thought he had a strike there.
Fastball away, but he's kind of been all over the place. A little low. Noma trying to frame it.
Well, 9 pitches, 2 walks, 1st and 2nd, nobody out.
And Doman's going to try to go out there, and Rick Anderson too. Trying to get him focused into that strike zone.
A 7-0 game, and Twins taking control of this game with their defense.
Yeah, Aaron Hicks off the bat of Nelson Cruz ended up getting tagged out at second base. That's the lead off the 2nd inning. And then in the 4th inning, Aaron Hicks. Nice catch off the bat of A.J. Pierzynski. Tell you what, I think Florimon has played the best short I've seen him play so far this year. The way he attacked the ball. Brian Dozier making a nice diving catch. Good defense. To pitch a shutout, you need good defense.
I think we're seeing the type of play from Florimon at short that the Twins saw all March in spring training. Playing confidently out there and aggressively. There's a first pitch strike to Jeff Baker.
You know, as I'm standing there watching Perkins pitch, now he's in the sun. You can see the shadow. It's almost like that sun is setting right behind him, and that might be bothering him a little bit as you're out on that mound trying to pick up that sign or even the glove. He just rears back and throws 2 quick strikes ahead of Jeff Baker.
As if to say, I'm just going to fire away here.
That's one reason Perkins likes this role as a closer. He said, I come in, I can just air it out. 95-mile-an-hour fastball with a very hard slider.
1-2. Mid-90s fastballs, 4 of them, and he gets 3 strikes for the first out.
Well, whatever Rick Anderson said, wake up, young man, let's go. Let's get this game over with. No fooling around out here.
Now Murphy, 0 for 3. Ball 1. And a breaking ball got it over for a strike. Two and 1. Texas's only trip here. That's one of the quirks of the schedule now with the way it's set up. Texas only comes to Minnesota once. Minnesota only goes to Texas and every other American League city outside the division one time. Swinging a foul, for instance, we're done going to Baltimore. The next road trip will go to Boston, and we'll be done going to Boston.
I particularly don't care for that, but it is what it is.
Well, you were conditioned the other way where you went twice, at least twice everywhere. 2-2. And another foul.
No, way back when, 3 times. Almost 3 times to every.
Yeah, I suppose with what, 10 teams in the league or whatever you had back in the.
When I first started, yeah, there were like 4 teams.
Yeah. 18 pitches for Perkins. He'd ideally like to get a ground ball here and wrap things up with 20 or so pitches. There's a pop-up. And Escobar watches it drift back into the seats. Two and 2. Line drive. Safe. Mauer didn't have his foot on the bag, and he knew that. He had that awareness and tried to put the tag down on Pierzynski, but not in time.
Yeah, Dozier kind of flipping the ball over there, so Joe Mauer, you know, he was playing back. Softly hit to Dozier. See the flip over and AJ getting back. So 2 outs here.
And Moreland the batter. And it'll be Perkins' 21st pitch. Right down the middle of strike. Foul back, 2 strikes. Well, Perkins has a chance to recover from the opening walks in this inning to complete the Twins' first shutout of the year.
Great crowd here this afternoon.
Foul tip on a pitch up and in. And Perkins hoping he's 1 pitch away from securing Pedro Hernandez's first major league win. Pitch up, fouled back. Fifth pitch for Perkins. To center. Hicks over. And now back. It's over his head. And a couple runs are going to score. Only one run may score. Double with the tag, not in time. Pierzynski just barely made it. And a misplay in center field by Aaron Hicks, and it's 7-2.
Ball hit pretty sharply and went a lot further than Aaron Hicks thought it was going to. Ended up going over his head. So the Twins lose the shutout as Mitch Moreland drives in a couple runs. A slider. Looks like a routine fly ball. Hicks going to his right, and then the ball hit over his head.
And now Garcia will hit. Strike one. So Perkins has to face an extra man, has to throw more pitches. 2 strikes.
You know, when he came in and he walked that first batter, you say, you know, boy, just get that right around 15 to 20 pitch count, so maybe you could be used tomorrow. But right now, this is going to be pitch number 28. If need be tomorrow.
And that takes care of it. The Twins get back to the 500 mark with what turned out to be a pretty convincing win. And Pedro Hernandez, who didn't even start the year with the ball club, gets his first major league win.
Hey, great job by Pedro Hernandez. Congratulations to him. 5 shutout innings. Good job by the bullpen holding on to that lead. Perkins a little shaky in the ninth, but all in all, good Twins win over the Rangers.
So Tom Hanneman, a couple of 1-run losses for the Twins in the first 2 games, and now Kevin Correa tomorrow, if he can pitch another good ball game, has a chance to get the Twins back above the 500 mark with a split of the series with the Rangers.
Dick, the Twins have their first win at home against Texas today since June 12th of 2011. 7-2 the final, and we'll break it all down coming up on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink next.